All right, you guys, welcome to our call. We're getting towards the end of the year, and tonight we have a very special guest speaker, my dear friend, Ginger Carter. She's a nutritionist out of Tucson, Arizona, and we went national marketing director the same day. In fact, we were rubbing each other's shoulders and nervous together, and we walked this journey together for a very, very long time. And I'm just so excited for you guys to get to hear from her because she has not only become, she's a nutritionist and has her own practice, but she's overcome a lot in her life. Her own illnesses. She's had chronic fatigue syndrome, Epstein-Barr. She even conquered breast cancer. Ginger, I had no idea that you had that. And believe it or not, skinny, cute little Ginger also overcame obesity. So she's got just amazing things to share. And she's been such a amazing light for people all around the world. For as long as I've known you, Ginger, you've been amazing. And I know that you are so gracious to share with anybody that you can come in contact with. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. But actually, before we even get going, I just want to say, I don't want you all to think by the time I end up with this training that I'm one crazy girl. Now, that being said, sometimes I am a crazy girl, but I just don't want you to think I'm like this all the time because I'm not. But I love this topic. So just want to put that out there. Okay, so we are going to share that screen. Actually, I can pull this right up here. Okay. All right, so this particular talk is called 3-Foot Rule, Cold Market. And you know what, y'all? You're going to run out of people. You've only got so many hot people. You've only got so many, warm people. I don't even fuss with those people. And I really wish I knew, back when, we went national marketing director, what I know now, I just probably wouldn't even worry about them so much. So at some point, you are going to have to be thinking about this. Start thinking about it right now. I don't care where you are in your business. So just do it. So let's get going. So first of all, you always want to be thinking, why am I doing this business? Okay. What are you looking for? Maybe a little bit more money here. Would you like to be qualified, which is super exciting? Do you like the recognition, travel, time freedom, health? I think we all like all of those things. And so I'm telling you, you can have these things if you do the ideas that I'm going to throw at you tonight. Of course, and there also is that little bit change in the world. I don't think there's anything better. I've often said that if I were to hasta luego tonight, I know doggone well that I have left a legacy and changed the world. Not that I'm anything special. Y'all have Reagan. She's like a goddess to me. We did go national marketing director together, but she just went zoom. She just kept going. And we had this little serious recession thing going on in Tucson. But I am rocking and rolling. I'm going to be at Camelback with you, girl, in April. So I'm super excited about that. So changing the world is what we're all trying to do here. Not only yours, but hopefully somebody else's. So I'm going to challenge all of you all. I'm going to challenge you till the end of the year. I'm going to give you 1 month. And I have to tell you, this particular presentation, I have gotten more feedback on anything. I have people call me or see me at conference go, I did what you told me. Let me tell you what happened. And it is so exciting. So I want you to get out of your box. Got to get out of your box. So I want you to try a new approach just until the end of the year, to January 1. Okay? It's called the 3-Foot Rule, Cold Market. And it is way fun to do because, you know what? Think about it, y'all. These people don't know you. Everybody you're going to approach, they don't know you. So just think of it as trying something new. Just keep trying something new. It's all super fun. What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing. So get out of that box. So if you're not going to get out of your house to share, it's going to be very hard for you to succeed in this business. So you're going to have to do that to meet these new people that I want you to meet. So get out. My team, when they come in, particularly within the first 2 months, I want them to go to the mall. I want them to literally get out of the house. And we talk about what they're doing, going out there, working on cold market. So I start my people off right off the bat. So the objective is to just connect. You're not trying to sell anything. Of course, I often say we don't sell anyway. We just share. You're just trying to connect and you're trying to build a conversation around that situation. The only difference is you're doing it much faster. So I have the tools. And by the way, everybody's going to teach this differently. Just, when we go to conference, one of the best things is you're going to hear all those different people up there training, and they're all going to have different tools and the golden nuggets, and you're going to pull what you want. So I'm going to tell you what is good, and it's been working with my team very successfully, and I'm super jazzed about this. But again, you might have something else. But I know for me, I tend to carry a packet or two of gummies or a packet or two of shakes. I love the capsule boxes, and I'll come back to that. I have YouTubes on my phone. And again, I'll come back to all these things. And if you have some kind of an event, maybe a PPL speaker who's coming, or you've got a virtual presentation, you can have that JPEG or a reminder card right on your little office right here. This is called your phone. This is it. Just have it right there at all points so that you run to that person in the grocery store, boom, you can send that to them right off the bat. And have your product story and your business story down. Now, this is only like 3 to 4 seconds, and you can do this in 30 seconds. You do not have to do a 1 minute kind of a thing at all. And it's always going to be changing. So don't think that you're doing it wrong or 100% right. It's all going to be changing, and because of that, you really can't do anything wrong. You just can't. Use your phone to put the contact information into. And again, we're going to come back to all of these things. You want to be doing this immediately. So if I run into you at the grocery store, I'm going to get your contact information. Quite honestly, I sort of like to get your phone number and your email if I can. If I can just get your phone number, I'm a happy camper, because I am going to be sending you something. And again, if I run into you at the grocery store, I'm going to be watching you. Trust me, I've done it many, many times. And we both get into our cars, and I don't drive off until I see that you've driven off. But you won't believe it, about half of the time, that person doesn't drive off. And I know doggone well they're looking at that YouTube that I'm sending them, and I'm like, when? So remember, you just need to start a conversation. So these are the things that I actually carried with me. I use these capsule holders. They are one of my biggest, and I'm going to use the word selling, and I rarely use that, but I know y'all know what I mean. Biggest selling point. If I can bring those out and show this to somebody, it's interesting. People do not want to leave without having this capsule holder, because it gives them about a 10-day or 8-day supply, depending on how many you're going to get in there, of one of each color. And I never lead with the duo, like never. I go right for the trio. The research shows you want to have it, and that's what we go for. I always have these phone contacts, and I've got so many that I have to do everything I have to make it simple on Ginger. So everything goes in as JPYT, meaning YouTube. I don't care if it's a video. I don't care if it's a YouTube. That's how it goes in. And then I can quickly cut and paste and cut and paste. I will also let you know that I put every single thing in safe share. Every single thing, because I don't want them to see the junk on the side. But that's just me. Be prepared with discovery questions. Do you work outside the home? And again, I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to give you some very specific cases that I have worked with. What do you do? Do you work full time? Do you like your job? Are you married? Do you have children? Gosh, how old are the children? Are you into nutrition? Now, I know that one's a little bit direct, but if I can't get them to just come up with anything else that I can lead and connect with, I may just say, gosh, are you into nutrition? And people are sort of like, oh, wow, that's an interesting question. Yeah, it is, but try it. Wait until you see the responses. It's really quite interesting what happens. Okay, so here are some of the different things that I say. So I'm at the grocery store. So I see the baby in the cart. And if it's cute baby, I'll say cute baby. But if it's not a cute baby, I'm probably going to say cute outfit. How old is that baby? And I'm looking to see, is this a baby sitting up here? Is there a little toddler walking along, mom and dad and whatever? And so she says, okay, well, the baby right here is just 2, but little Joy right here is 4. I'm like, oh my gosh. Do you know that your daughter qualifies to be in the largest children's health study in the world? She's eligible to get free nutrition gummies from the #1 whole food product in the world. And then I stop. One of the key things on a lot of this is to pause so people can think, because you just know, I've just met this woman, but I'm building a relationship with her. I'm not like a, crazy person here. And by the way, guys can't always do some of these things that the girls can do. You don't want to, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so just these things. Okay, what if you notice that they've got healthy purchases or that they're buying organic food? You go, literally, I've turned around to people. They've done this so many times. Aren't you smart? Look at all those healthy choices. Good nutrition must be important for you or your family. Pause. Let them think about what you're doing. And then you get into that whole conversation with them. Trader Joe's. I love talking to the guys and gals at Trader Joe's. Trying to get this down here. I'm always asking them questions. I always want to be asking questions, about their gluten, their non-dairy drinks, their supplements, their GMO products. These people are trained to take themselves off the floor to work with you. I don't know if you know that. They can literally leave the floor for 20 minutes and talk to you. You can actually ask them, can I try that gluten-free bread? Can I try that non-dairy drink that you have? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. They take all the food after you've tried that, and they take it back to their break room and they eat it. But they will allow you to do that. Get into a conversation with them. I've signed up people at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods because I've gotten into conversations with them. Maybe you meet the customer in the produce department. Oh, I so appreciate their organic veggies, don't you? Now, if that person's buying organic, you've already got a great conversation you can be starting with them. Where do you think the best organic is in town? Ask them questions. Again, you're trying to build a relationship, but very quickly because you're shopping, right? Are you into healthy plant nutrition? Again, I know some of these things sound sort of funny, but you would just be amazed at how a conversation can blossom. I got to tell you, when you talk about places like the grocery store, I don't know if you've ever heard Catherine Lee, 100 Club NMD, and Deanna Christofferson, 100 Club NMD. They met in a grocery store, and look at those two chicks today. Yeah. Okay. I so appreciate your choices for real food. Okay. And why do you? Because you are a health educator. Okay. You need to go in with clout. You need to go in with, I don't know what that Jewish word is. If anybody's Jewish, I would love to know. Kumspa or gosh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Go in with that. Y'all can do that. We're number one in the world. We're number one medically studied. Let's just rock and roll here. Okay. Okay, Plain, one of my most favorite places, and I travel a lot. I'm one of the PPL speakers for corporate. So, gosh, just in last month, they've had me on the West Coast, and then I went all the way over to the East Coast. So I was on a few planes here, but I love getting on the planes. So Southwest is my very favorite because I get on last. Ginger doesn't get the A ticket or the B ticket, C. I think I'm Z. I don't know what I am, but I'm the last girl to get on the flight. And sometimes I'm in the mood to do this, and sometimes I'm not. But most of the time I am, because I'm off doing business, and I'm excited about what's going to happen here. But of course, if you get on last, guess what? You are going to be getting like the worst seat in the world, which means you're going to be in the middle. But that's really great because you've got the person on the left, you've got the person on the right. How much fun is that? So when I'm sitting around, I'm sort of looking to see who is in the lobby waiting to get on the plane. And I'm targeting people. And I know that sounds a little funny, but honestly, y'all, wouldn't it be great to say, look in a crowd and say, gosh, I would love to be able to work with her or with him or whatever the case may be. So pick them out, because when you do get on the plane, you can buzz down those aisles and see if you see that person. And if so, take a seat next to them. Last four planes on this trip, I got customers on every single flight, and I got a distributor. Is it great working on a plane? You bet. We haven't even taken off, and I am already into a nutrition discussion with them. You want to connect immediately. Hi, I'm Ginger. How are you? Do you live here? Were you in town for business or for pleasure? You could get in these whole conversations with them. A mall is the perfect place. Now think about it. These are retail-oriented people. They are salespeople. They get what we're doing. The only difference is they're working their cute BUTTs off, and they're standing on their feet all day long. Does that sound like fun? No, it doesn't. So they're going to definitely connect with you. I like to teach my people to go play at the mall. You got to go to the mall and play, particularly this time of year anyway. And again, some of those people that are there are only part-time. Wouldn't it be great to connect with those people now at the kiosks and at the Lancome Center, whatever it might be? If you like them, tell you what you like about them. By the time you get up there, you are so smart. I've been watching you. I love your sense of humor. Your service is excellent. Do you think they're going to perk up? Everybody loves to have something positive said about them. Now, I'm not saying come up with something that's really not true. I really sit back and analyze people, and I get sort of a kick out of people. I love to make somebody's day. I mean, like, why not, y'all? Whether it has anything to do with our business or not, it's just a marvelous thing to do. So tell them whatever it is that you like about them. I am so impressed with your da-da. Do you do this full time? Okay, and again, you can go into a whole discussion on that. And I've gotten numerous people who are at these kiosks and salespeople because I built up a very quick relationship with them, but enough to be able to pick up my phone and get their information and send them something and then connect with them. Again, that's all you're trying to do, is to connect with them right now. Restaurant, one of my favorite places to go to, Now, I will put, not all the time, but half the time, I'm going to put that Juice Plus capsule holder, the white one, on the table. I don't open it up. I just leave it there. Maybe I'm inviting Ellen to go to lunch with me today, and Ellen's not on Juice Plus, and so I'm hoping Ellen's going to say something about that capsule holder. Maybe the waitress will. Maybe the people next door, which, by the way, I've had all three bring it up. Now, if Ellen doesn't say anything to me or nobody else does, I'm probably going to pick that up about halfway through. I'm probably going to open it up, and I'm probably going to take a couple capsules just because, and then I'm going to set it back on the table. It's pretty rare for somebody at that point not to say, well, what is that? And then I get to open it up, turn around, face you, and go, oh, these are my 30 different fruits and vegetables and a capsule that I take every day. It's called Juice Plus. Have you heard of it? Pause. I always get into a discussion. People are so intrigued, just in food, so intrigued. I love to talk to the people at the table next to me. I mean, if my guest has not shown up, again, this is just me, and I'm not going to bother anybody. I don't want anybody to think I'm this weird, crazy person, but if it's appropriate, I'm probably going to talk to them, and I'm most certainly going to talk to my waitress. I get their name immediately. They haven't gotten me my water, and I have their name, and I'm going to say, and if she says her name, Susan, I'm going to, great, Susan, it's nice to meet you. So I've called her by name. I've already made a connection. Okay, so maybe you should go get the water. Then I'm immediately going to go into, do you wait tables full time? Typically, people do not. They're doing something else. They're usually going to be in school. Gosh, what are you studying? Well, if she says engineering, then I'm probably not going to go too much further on that subject. But typically I can get into something, but there are few professions that are a little bit tough, but you can usually get into a little bit of that. And you can, ask them again, are they married, find out a little bit of information. It's pretty rare for me to leave without getting information on that person because I built up a little bit of a relationship with them. Okay, our objective again is to send them information and hopefully your website. Always set a time to reconnect. So you can message them on the phone. If you do have their email and you've got something a little bit bigger that you want them to see, like maybe your website, it looks much better, obviously, on a big computer than it does a phone, then send that to them. And then again, you want to be connecting with them. That is very a la Eric Worre. I'm a huge Eric Worre girl. Don't get off whatever the meeting is without setting another appointment with that person. Okay. I can't wait for you to see this information. I would love to call you back in a couple days to see what you liked about it, or see what questions you might have. Would Thursday after work be good for you, or is it Saturday morning better? I always end that paragraph with a question mark because they're pretty much going to have to answer that. Okay, so they'll come back to you or they won't. And if they come back to you and say, you know what, Thursday's horrible, Saturday's horrible, I'm really sorry. Don't let that bother you. Go right back to them. Again, your objective is to set an appointment. Say, oh gosh, I totally understand. Sunday is a great day for me. Is that a good day for you, or would you like to do another day? Question mark. And again, you want to bring it back to them. There was something that we talked about that I think I would love to chat with you about in regards to what I sent you. So you're trying to reconnect them back into whatever it was you sent them, a YouTube, your website, whatever it is. And then they're intrigued. Well, gosh, well, what does she mean? You know, what's going on here? Okay. So get out of your 3-foot box. So let me tell you some stories. Home Depot, and these are going to be very quickly because I know we typically just have a half an hour, but I still have a short version of this talk and a longer version. But Home Depot, I went in and I had my purse with me, and I went over to talk to the gal about plants. We had a discussion about the Tower Garden. I had the Tower Garden brochure. I zipped it out. She went gaga, boom. I had myself a Tower Garden sold. Vendor show, the best places to pick up distributors. Get there early, go meet all of the people, make sure that you have some information that you can hand to them, build that relationship. Hopefully during the show, you can go back and get their information. I get more distributors off vendor shows than absolutely anything. My last show, she was selling another product, obviously, but I connected with her, really liked her. And now she's, this would have been just 3 weeks ago. Now she's no longer doing that product. She's doing Juice Plus, and she's almost at VF.
That's great.
Church. Gosh, I've gotten a couple people off church, but my favorite one is my new distributor who just walked to senior sales in Indy. So we're in the line going. This is before church. This is Easter church. We're walking through the line. I turn around. I see her. She's got 3 such cute little girls. I can just hardly stand it. And I turn around. Oh my gosh. You all are a beautiful family. And they really were. And so we chatted, you know, getting our eggs and our tater tots and all the other stuff that the church has there, right? And by the time we got through, I said, you know what? You all are so dang cute. I would love to sit with you. Would you join me at my table? So they came over to the table. By the time we got through, the daddy took the 3 girls off. My husband and daughter went off to church. My new distributor, as of 3 days from there, and I sat there chatting halfway through the Easter service, y'all. And I invited her to my presentation the next day that I was doing at my own home. So I was doing a wellness presentation at home. She loved it, signed her up that night, and now she is senior sales coordinator. Brighton manager. Sorry this is out, but she's my second newest gal. Went in to get the bracelets that I like to get for my senior sales coordinators at Brighton, and chit-chatted with this gal 2 or 3 times, went back to get another one that they ordered for me. By the time we got through, I had signed her up as a new distributor, and she's about to go VF also. Trader Joe's checkout guy. So we have a boat in San Diego. We were going over there, and, you know, I really am a redhead. I'm a really white-skinned redhead, and so I typically don't walk out of the house without a little bit of makeup going on because I'm just so white. I'm like white everywhere, you know. And so we were going to San Diego. I had no makeup on. I had my hair pulled back. I had on sort of nice sweats, but nothing great. And we were going to go to Trader Joe's in San Diego to pick up some food, right? So we get in there. I'm not thinking I'm going to see anybody. I am not ready for anything. We're get in line. It is absolutely booked. There's like 10 people in line, and I'm watching the checkout guy. Oh my gosh, he is adorable. I have just got to connect with him. There's no question. So I'm trying to think, how am I going to do this? So I'm buzzing through the line. I get up there, and I say to him, you are absolutely adorable. I said, I've loved the service you've given everybody, and you're so personable. And he goes, well, thanks so much. And he said, so looks like you're getting a lot of stuff. And I said, yeah, you know what? We're having a big party for a lot of our good friends and my team. And he sort of just looked up as he's ringing me, and I said, yeah. I said, you know what? My husband and I are in the coolest business, and we get to do what we want, when we want, with who we want. We have no glass ceiling on the money we make. And he stopped. Now, there's 10 more people in the line behind me, and he's like totally intrigued. I don't know which of those 4 things, or if he liked all of them. And I said to him, I know you're absolutely booked, but I said, I would love to connect with you. Would you be open to me getting your information, and I'll send you something by text? He said, absolutely. He had no paper. We had no nothing. I took my receipt, of which I have right behind me in my office, right behind me, and he wrote his name and his phone number. And I didn't get out of that parking lot. Jeff was driving. And again, I'm having a heart attack because I'm not looking so good. But I sent him some information. When he got a break, he called me back immediately. We connected within 2 days in San Diego, who's my new distributor, and he immediately fast-tracked to be. Sitting at a bar, I got another gal, just loved her, invited she and her 2 friends over to come a wellness presentation, and she immediately fast-tracked to VF, and now she's close to getting to sales coordinator. This gal walked behind me. She accidentally brushed behind me, and she said, "Oh, excuse me." And I said, "Oh, no big deal." Now it's 7:30 in the morning. And I sort of turned to her just quickly, just saying, "Oh, gosh, it's not a problem at all." And she said, "I'm so sorry, I'm late for school." And again, I hope I'm not offending anybody here, but she looked to be 50 plus years old. And I turned around to Jeff, and we're having coffee, and I went, "Oh, no, I just can't drop this one." So I turned around, I went, "Gosh, you're going to school. How cool is that?" I said, I would love to know about that. And she said, "Well, my kids are all out of house now, and I need something to do. And quite honestly, I need money really bad. And so there's a school across there, but I was about to faint, and they told me I could walk over here to the coffee shop and get something to eat." And I said, "Well, I am so proud of you." And I got up and high-fived her. And I sat back down with Jeff, and I went, "Nope, can't let this go." And I just turned around and said, "I know you're in a hurry, but you were so freaking cute. I'm totally blown away with you." I said, "I don't know what your age is, but I'm so proud of you going back to school. I would love to connect with you. I don't know if you're interested in nutrition, but I've got a great at-home business. Would you be open?" And of course she was, blah, 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 and that story. And then she fast-tracked. A telephone solicitor. Oh, I got one on the phone. So this gal called the other day about something else. They said, "I am super happy to listen to what you do. Would you mind listening to what I do afterwards?" So that took care of her, and I got an order from her. And okay, so here's my fave. So Jeff and I have got to be in Albuquerque for a talk, and we are buzzing, we're running late, we're driving, right? So we get across the line in Arizona to New Mexico, and everybody says, "Okay, you're going to get in trouble because that's where they catch you." Well, we're driving, and all of a sudden you see the lights, you know how the story is. And as we pull over, I can feel Jeff, the steam coming out of his ears. He's not a happy camper, and all I'm thinking about is, oh my gosh, what can I do? What can I do? So because it was the highway, the guy came around to my door, my window. So I rolled it down, and I turned around, and I went, "Hi, how are you?" And he took a step backwards. He was not expecting anybody to be quite that friendly, I guess. And he goes, "I'm okay, ma'am. I'm fine, thank you." So then he said, "Sir, give me your stuff." So Jeff gives him his stuff. And I said to him, while Jeff's searching for his stuff, I said, "So how long have you been a sheriff or whatever the heck fire it was?" And he said, "I think 12 years or so." And so then I said, "Do you like it?" And he said, "Well, yeah, but there's other things I like more." I said, "Really? What do you like more?" And he said, "You know what? I love my children." I said, "You do?" I said, "How many children?" So we got in this whole discussion. He was a Mormon, was all excited, and his wife had the last child going to kindergarten or preschool or whatever, and he was worried that she didn't have anything to do. Well, do you think Ginger figured out something for her to do? Yes, I did. all of these things here, I mean, anybody could do these. You just have to be a little bit crazy, a little bit outgoing. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And so what if they say no? Who cares? Who cares, y'all? So get out of your, this is just my your quickies on social media. I also want you to get out of your social media box. I want you to friend at least 5 people a week, again, until the end of January. Go find them. They're out there. Friend them. Just friend them. And by the way, when they friend you back, send them a little personal message saying, "Thank you so much. I so look forward to getting to know you more." Or, "I know that you're good friends with, Bobby and Sue," or, whatever it is, but make that connection. Will they be looking at your post from now on? Yes, they will. Will they like them or connect with you? Yes, they will, because you personal message them. Get an Instagram account, which, by the way, I never use, but you can connect your Facebook with Instagram. So if you post on Instagram, it'll go right to Facebook. How cool is that? It's like a double whammy. Sort of figure out who your target market is. Is it moms or sports or RNs or health or age groups, specific age groups, firefighters, high school class, cyclists, faith-based, car lovers, entrepreneurs, people that hate their jobs, people that need money? What is it? You can sort of target some of these people, particularly through Facebook, okay? and who might be compatible in our kind of a network marketing business. You know, you can do joint things. I connected with 3 gals in the last 6 months and did parties with them. And guess who became new distributors with me? The Norwex gal, the Pamper Chef gal, and, oh gosh, I can't think what the third one is, but I've got 3 new distributors because I did a joint, you know, they did half an hour, I did a half an hour. They invited people, I invited people. Pretty fun. Oh, check out profiles. Send people messages. And when they respond again, say thank you. Sorry, got to move this little box here. Okay, so again, your objective on social media is just to connect at the moment, get to know each other, like, make comments on the post, find out about them. Remember, they always have to figure out what their why is. Anybody, what their why is for product or business. So you get that prospect and they're going to go to your Facebook and check you out. Yikes. Better make sure that you've done a little bit of branding. I'm sure Reagan could teach you all about that, but you want to be attraction based. Now, this may not attract everybody, but if I was looking at this, this would attract me. So obviously, this is what I do. This looks like somebody who's fun. I happen to like margaritas. I'm with a cute, good-looking dude who happens to be my husband. My little square his over here says doing what I love to do. So, and you want to maybe change this out every, I don't know, 3-4 months or something like that, but you want to brand yourself. And remember, on the left-hand side, when people hit about, they're going to see what you're about. Okay, so I love my family. I'm a fruit and veggie lover. I'm on Team Inspiration. Gosh, what's Team Inspiration? What does that mean? She's an entrepreneur. What kind of entrepreneur? And she's fun, you know. So different things like that. I also do not recommend using Juice Plus right in here. You could, but I sort of recommend not. I like Health Educator. And then pictures. I think pictures are super crucial, you all. If you notice, Facebook pulls up whatever pictures they want and puts them there. I didn't. I went and put my own. And I like 4. Typically, they're going to do 5 or 6. I like one giant one. And so the one that has the most, that's horizontal and has family. Here's Jeff, and here's our, I call them my 2 munchkins. That's my 2 little grandboys. Here's teen people, and here's another picture of me. But these should show different things about you. Not juice plussy, juice plussy, juice plussy. It's about you. You want to intrigue people and build curiosity. That's what Facebook is all about. So, final info, above all, when you get them into conversation, listen for the clues, okay? Effective listening and high-yield questions will get you the answers you need to showcase our absolutely Juice Plus, business or product. So I think I'm going to be walking you in the room here for a minute. My favorite phrases. Okay, I don't care if they have a health concern, money issue, they've lost their job, they hate their boss. I know this probably all sounds sort of horrible, but this is my favorite sentence in the world. This is why I do what I do. This is a Catherine Lee quote. This is why I do what I do. And then I pause for a minute. Again, you think they're going to want to know what you do? Of course they're going to want to know what you do. Sorry. After you've been seasoned like Reagan and I, you just learn to do these things. Grab your cord. You know, I don't know if you would be open, ... You know, I was thinking about you. So say you went to a presentation or you heard something, or tonight, okay? Maybe you're going to glean something from tonight. You can call somebody tomorrow and you can say, you know what? I saw this gal, whatever it is. And something about her conversation really made me think of you. You know, would you be open to chatting? I'm sort of dying to tell you a little bit about this. You know, do you know that you can get your Juice Plus free? That's a person, of course, as you know, if somebody goes to DD, they make exactly enough money to get the duo. Not that we want them to get just the duo, but I'm just saying it's always a good thing. That word free is sort of exciting for people. It's like shoe sale. Do we understand that with girls? Shoe sale? Yes, I want to go right there. Okay, my final tip. Start a conversation in less than 30 seconds. You may not have a lot longer. A lot of these people I just talked to you about, I didn't have a whole lot longer than that. I think you sort of do need to be up, and you got to smile and be enthusiastic and passionate. And there's not a product or a company or a business model anywhere in the world like ours. How could you not be up? How could you not be enthusiastic? How could you not be passionate? But I would say that if it's not coming from your heart, I'm not talking about anything fake. this probably is not the business for you. It's got to be coming from your heart, and you got to be jazzed about it. Compliment them if you feel like it, and partner with somebody. If you don't have a buddy, get one. Jay Martin says that every time, but I would not be where I was if it wasn't for a gal named Kathleen Rose, who is sidelined to Reagan under Jennifer Myers. She and I were the only two people in Tucson many years ago, and we partnered together. We worked together for 3 years, and both of our businesses just went ballistic because of it. I didn't have anybody here. Didn't really have a whole lot of line help, period, anyway. Make it fun. Make it a game. So remember, there's your comfort zone. Nothing exciting happens there, y'all. Absolutely nothing. The magic happens outside that, in that big, huge space that you might feel scared to do, but I want you to get out of that box. Challenge you. Out. Okay? So gift someone. We have the most precious, marvelous gift. Your job is to have them open that box. That's all you want to do. Open that box and see what's in there, which is our product or our business. Okay? Do not miss this opportunity. It is way too exciting. And with that, I'll come back in. Back to you.
You know, I've been accused of training with a fire hose, but I think that you beat me. And you are wild and crazy. And I think I've unmuted everybody. Thank you so much. There's so much good stuff in there and great ideas. And, you know, that whole idea of 3-footing is just something I think we all need to practice more and not be afraid, because you're right. You never know who you're going to touch. And I look at some of the people that are on this call that they wouldn't be here if I hadn't been willing to kind of reach out like you did. So, you know, fantastic.
Thank you.
Questions for Ginger? I have one more thing to say. Diana, I know you're a travel agent. I saw you giggling about the middle seat. Wouldn't you love it if all your clients wanted that middle seat?
Oh, yes, I would.
Oh, that's a good one. So thank you, Ginger. Anybody have any questions or comments?
This was so awesome and absolutely so inspiring. Thank you, Ginger. I love your energy, and I think I have so many great ideas to get out of the house and go meet some new people. So I know, especially when we're talking about holiday time, it's like we're out and about. Like, let's just go and have some fun and be a light in somebody's life. So thank you so much for inspiring us. That was awesome.
You were wow. It's just a delight. Thank you.